You probably don't know much about Gaius Julius Caesar, a great military officer, statesman, author, and historian, except for the fact that he was a dictator of the Roman Republic. He supposedly said, "Et tu, Brute," before being stabbed to death. Caesar's entire life will be covered in this video. Welcome to my channel. There is a small reminder before starting our discussion. If this is the information you are really interested in, don't forget to subscribe and press the bell icon for notifications in any newly uploaded video, and stay till the end of the video so that you don't miss any interesting videos like this. Now let's continue our discussion. Childhood. On July 12, 100 BCE, Gaius Julius Caesar was born in Rome. The family was not particularly wealthy and had little influence over current Roman affairs. However, they were happy because the mother was from an affluent family and the father was a senator. His mother's family produced many consuls, or basically equivalent to modern-day prime ministers, and his parents both came from very powerful families. His father was a praetor who oversaw a province close to modern-day Istanbul. Nobody is aware of Caesar's other childhood activities. The two famous biographies written of him by Suetonius and Plutarch, two famous historians, only began when he was a teenager. Then, around 85 BCE, when Caesar was about 15 years old, his father passed away, making Caesar the family's new head. Caesar then got married, but Caesar's uncle Gaius Marius was fighting a war and lost, so he was exiled. Sylla, the victor in the war, hunted for Caesar because he was connected to Gaius the loser, and stripped Caesar of his inheritance. Caesar was forced to run away, but Sylla, who was a supporter of his mother's family, convinced Sylla to forgive Caesar. However, Caesar believed that Sylla might continue to attack him. As a result, he left Rome and joined the Roman army, winning the civic crown for his part in the siege of Mytilene, which was basically the suppression of a rebellion. Sylla then gave up his position as dictator in 79 BCE, and he passed away a year later. Political career. Then Caesar was kidnapped by pirates. The pirates demanded 20 talents of gold as ransom while they were holding him. Caesar said, "No, I'm worth 50 talents of gold, not 20. Demand 50 talents as a ransom." Then, after the ransom was paid, Caesar went in search of the pirates and killed them all. He became a priest in Rome in the year 73 BC. Then Caesar was elected a military tribune, the bottom ring on the ladder of Roman politics, and thus began his political career. Also, he was elected as Pontifex Maximus, the Roman Empire's head priest, in the year 63 BC. He rose to the position of praetor the following year, in 62 BCE, and the year after that, he became governor of Hispania Ulterior, or southern Spain. Caesar successfully ran for the position of consul the next year, in 60 BCE. He formed an informal partnership between himself and two other men, Pompey and Crassus. The alliance was called the First Triumvirate, or Rule of Three Men. Caesar was given a governorship once his consulship ended because they were only for a year, but he wasn't happy with that either. As the province's governor, he held command over 4 legions, or over 20,000 soldiers. Julius Caesar's campaign in Gaul, the Gallic Wars. Caesar set out for Gaul in 58 BC, which roughly corresponds to modern-day Belgium, France, and some of the Netherlands. Because not all of the region was under Roman control, Caesar and his troops went on to capture the remaining parts of Gaul. The Gallic Wars are the name given to these conquest wars. Caesar's main goal in conducting the Gallic Wars was to strengthen the army's dedication and might so that, when he returned to Rome, he could use it to defeat his opponents and strengthen his position of power. Besides these personal motives, Caesar was also savvy enough to appeal to Romans' fear of barbarian attacks. The Germanic tribes of Gaul, for instance, had attacked Roman holdings in previous decades. Civil War. In the year 50 BC, the Roman Senate, headed by Pompey, ordered Caesar to return to Rome and disband his army. Caesar refused, and both sides began to prepare for battle. Caesar famously said the die is cast after crossing the Rubicon the following year, in 49 BC. For the next 4 years, the Roman Republic was in a civil war, with Caesar eventually coming out on top in 45 BC. Assassination. On March 15, 44 BC, about a month or so after that, Caesar entered the Senate. He was about to take his seat when he was surrounded by senators. They began stabbing him after pulling his toga. He was stabbed 23 times. Interestingly, there isn't any confirmation that he said the words "Et tu, Brute." The majority of the evidence suggests that he remained silent while being stabbed. Following Caesar's murder, the Roman Republic collapsed, starting a new civil war. In 27 BC, Octavian, Caesar's adopted son, became the head of the new Roman Empire. Finally, he was a popular character who supported war veterans and started land reform. He was a man of the people. He was a clever politician, an excellent battlefield strategist, and a voracious historian. In order to make room for the great Roman Empire, this guy would end up as the final ruler of the Roman Republic. Julius Caesar was intelligent, skilled, and most importantly, strong. Guys, that brings us to the end of this video. I hope you have enjoyed the video. Thanks for being to the end of the video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and tell us what you think about this video below in the comment section.